So to begin practice today, you're just going to find an easy, comfortable child's pose. You can choose to keep the legs together and your thighs touching. Bring the head to the mat and then fingertips will reach towards your heels. It's nice if you want to open up your back space a little bit more, or you can take more traditional child's pose, opening the legs wide, letting the belly fall through, arms out in front of you. So take a moment here. Big, delicious inhales. You can draw energy up from the ground into the whole body. And then take a long exhale. Feel yourself soften. Maybe letting go of any tension or noticing your body holding on to. Take another big inhale. Let the body widen, expand in all directions. And then on your exhale, softly deflating, letting everything soften. One more breath all together at your own pace. Good, and then after your exhale is finished, if the hands aren't already out in front of you, walk them there, and you can open up the legs if the inner thighs are sealed together. From here, let's start by walking the hands over to the right side of the mat. Press the palms of the hands down, lower your forehead to the ground, and maybe press the palms of the hands back. Let that left sits bone sink down closer towards the heel. Take one more inhale here. And then on your exhale, walk those hands over to the other side. Press the palms of the hands down, sink the right sits bone down towards the heel. Feel the back space opening. Right side rib cage fanning. One more big inhale. One more exhale. Walk those hands back through center again. You can peek the upper body up a little bit. You're going to take your left elbow and place it down on the mat. Maybe you'll even bring it a little bit over towards the right side of your space. Open the palm nice and wide, and then circle that right arm all the way up and around. Make a fist with the right hand. Put the right hand fist into the left. Now, press the hands together, wring out the spine, and twist over towards the right side of your space. Twisted child's pose for one more big inhale. And one more exhale. Go ahead and let that go. Come back onto both elbows, and we'll switch to the other side. So prop yourself up on that right elbow. Maybe the right elbow comes over towards the left side of the mat. Open that palm wide. And then circle the left arm all the way up and around. Make a fist and punch that left fist into the right palm of the hand. Press the hands together so you can ring open the spine. See the left side of your space. Take one more inhale. And on your exhale, you can let that go. Walk yourself up onto your hands. And then if the inner thighs are wide, you can just bring the knees back underneath the hips. Good. From here, start to walk the hands forward. Leave the hips where they're at and then lower the chest down for puppy pose. Come to the forehead, since this is early today, maybe the first time you're moving. Or if you're super open in the heart and the throat, you can even bring the chin to the mat. Keep the eyes peeking forward. Keep opening those armpits wide. Leaving the hips high for one more inhale. And one more exhale. Walk those hands back underneath your shoulders. Take your time, find yourself back in a tabletop position. And then from here, easy cat-cow. Inhale, you can roll the shoulders open, head and tail reach up towards the sky. And then exhale, float the belly button up towards the spine, release the crown of the head heavy towards the earth. Inhale, smile the collarbones forward, open the heart and the throat. And then exhale, send the belly button towards the spine, puff up through the chest. All right, good. Take a few more breaths here. Move at whatever pace you're breathing with. It's okay if it's slightly different from mine. Rolling those shoulders open. Feeling the whole spine moving. And then for the next 3 breaths, I invite you to find any movement here that might feel good. Maybe you want to look from side to side, circle the hips. If you want to flip one wrist and then the other, you're welcome to do that here also. Feeling the whole back space open, snaking the spine forward and back and in all directions. Finishing up one last breath with any movement you want here in the center. And then pause back in a neutral tabletop. Bring yourself back to a nice sturdy place. You're going to walk your hands closer towards your knees from here, so about halfway between where the knees are and where the hands used to be. And then from here, find your cat spine. So round up through your spine. See if you can find space in your lower back. So each vertebrae in your lower back is finding a little bit more roundness. Sending the kidneys, the adrenals, all those muscles and organs in your lower back up towards the sky. Release the crown of the head. Breathe here for one more big inhale. One more exhale. Let that go. Tuck the toes, and then you can come to sit your sits bones on your heels. This is pretty intense for some people. If you need to keep your hands down on the mat, you can. If it's okay, we're going to open up the bottoms of the feet by sitting up nice and tall. Good. And then while we're here, let's bring the hands to prayer at heart center. Interlace the fingers, flip the palms forward, round through our back, feel our shoulder blades widening. Inhale, you can reach the arms up high overhead, peek up at your ceiling underneath your arms, and then big circle of the arms up and around. Draw the hands through heart center. We'll take that a few more times. Interlace the fingers, maybe the opposite grip this time. Send the hands forward, send the heart back. Take a big inhale to sweep the arms up high overhead. Look underneath your arms. And then you can circle the arms back down by your side. Draw the hands up through heart center. This will be the last time we take this. Interlace the fingers. Send the palms of the hands forward as you round through your back space. Peek down at your navel center. Circle the arms up high overhead. Peek the eyes up underneath the armpits. See your ceiling. And then circle the arms long by your side. Okay. Walk those hands forward. Untuck the toes and take a second to tap out the tops of the feet. You can plant the hands firmly into the mat. Tuck the toes again, and this time send the hips high and find an early down dog. From your down dog, take a moment to pedal out the feet. You have 3 breaths for any movement that feels good here. Maintain that deep bend in the knees if you need it this early. Find some movement that helps you sink those heels down towards the earth while still pressing the heart forward towards the tops of the thighs. Last breath to move around. Big inhale. Long exhale. Come to settle. Deeply bend the knees and then start to walk the hands all the way back towards your feet at the back of your space. Take a moment here to just simply fold over the legs. If you want to grab opposite elbows here, maybe you can even interlace the hands behind the neck. Find a place where you can hang heavy into gravity. If it feels good, maybe you even rock forward and back, coming onto the toes, then back into the heels. Find a place that feels good to breathe into. Last moment here. Big inhale. Long exhale. When you're ready, release the grip of the hands if you have it. You can come to fingertips or shins, so find a halfway lift, long, flat back. And then exhale, fold all the way over the legs. On your inhale, sweep those arms up high overhead, come to standing. And then interlace the hands overhead, release the pointer finger. Send the pointer finger up towards the sky. And then start to tilt the fingertips over towards the right side of your space for a side bend. Keep wringing out that spine, reaching that top left arm over towards the right side for one more inhale. Exhale, come back up through center. Inhale, send the fingertips even higher. And then exhale, start to fold over towards the left. Maybe even peek your focus underneath your right armpit. Take one more big inhale. Exhale, come back through center. Release the arms long by your side. Take a big roll of the shoulders open. And then on your next inhale, sweep the arms up high overhead, just to come to prayer for one brief moment. Then forward fold over the legs, swan dive. Inhale, you can find a halfway lift. Exhale, go ahead and walk those hands all the way out to your downward facing dog. And then from your down dog, you can roll yourself out to plank. From plank, finding your neutral strong position, and then we'll drop the knees down. Chest and chin will drop down second. Take an inhale as you lower the hips, sneak the heart forward, find a low cobra. And then exhale, plant the palms into the mat. Roll up through your tabletop, find your downward facing dog. One big breath to settle here. Maybe you pedal up the feet or just breathe into stillness. Big inhale, long exhale. This time, on your inhale, walk the feet up to meet the hands at the top of your space. Find a halfway lift through the heart right away. And then exhale, fold all the way over the legs. Inhale, sweep the arms up high overhead. See your thumbs. Exhale, hands go long by your side. Inhale, roll the shoulders open. See the space out in front of you, and then right away reach the arms up high overhead to prayer. Exhale, swan dive over the legs. Inhale to halfway lift the heart. Exhale, plant the palms, and then step one foot back and then the other. We'll go right away to plank pose. From your plank pose, holding strong through your center, see if you can tap the right knee down, and then lift it right back up. Left knee down, lift it right back up. Right knee down, and lift it up. Left knee down, and lift it up. One more time each side. Good, this time drop both knees down, chest and chin will follow. You can lower the hips, snake the heart forward, find your low cobra, maybe you press into the palms of the hands a little bit higher this time, and then roll up through your tabletop, find your down dog. Breathe into your downward facing dog, pedal out through the feet. One more breath to hold here. Big inhale, long exhale. Settle back in your downward facing dog, and then when you're ready, bend the right knee in towards the chest. Step the right foot in between the hands, drop the back left knee. Sweep the arms up high, find your crescent lunge. Choose to stay here, reaching the fingertips up towards the sky. Maybe you grab opposite elbows or take the hands behind the head and start to find a slight back bend. Peeking up at your ceiling, keep opening the heart wide, letting the shoulders melt down your back. One more inhale here. One more exhale. Release the grip of the hands and bring them to prayer overhead. Then release the pointer finger again like we did standing. Reach the fingertips high, and then we'll tilt over towards that right side again. Check in with that right knee. Make sure it's still tracking over the right ankle. Good. Go a little bit further and choose to stay here. Maybe you drop the right palm of the hand to the mat. Give yourself a little bit more space. One more inhale. One more exhale. Both hands can come to frame the right foot when you're ready. And then from here, straighten the front leg. Flex the foot, find your half split. You might need to wiggle that front heel forward a little bit, square off the hips. All together, we can take an inhale to find a long flat back, and then exhale, fold deeply over that right leg. 3 breaths to hold here. Big inhale. Long exhale out. Big inhale. Long exhale out. Last breath. After your next exhale, walk those hands forward. Good. Tuck in the back toes, and then seal that left heel down and turn the foot out on the diagonal. Straighten your front leg. Leave the hands framing the right foot for pyramid pose. So you're in warrior one legs with that left foot turned out. On your next exhale, see if you can fold over that front leg. Keep drawing the right hip back, left hip forward. Release the back of the neck heavy. One more big inhale here. And one more exhale. Good. Take that right hand, and from here you're going to draw the right hand either inside the right foot or to the right shin. Left hand can come to the left hip. Now open up that left hip towards the side of your space. Open up your focus as well. Reach the fingertips up towards the sky, and you're in triangle pose. Hold here in your triangle. Maybe you even take that front arm, float it out in front of you so that the arm frames the ear. Take another inhale here. And a long exhale out. Good. Leave that left arm reaching long out in front of you or up towards the sky. And then take a deep bend in the right knee. The right hand can come to the mat. maybe a block and you're in extended side angle. If you don't like the hand on the earth, you can always take the elbow up to the top of the thigh. Reach that left arm long. Feel the connection between the left fingertips and the left toe tips. Take one more inhale here. And one more exhale out. When you're ready, plant through the feet. We're going to spin the arms open. Find your warrior two. Come up to a nice strong stance. Reach long through each fingertips. Widen out the chest. Feel yourself expanding in both directions. Take one more inhale. Long exhale. And then right away, flip the palm. You can start to reach forward and then reverse your warrior. Maintain that deep bend in the front right knee as the right side rib cage fans open. Maybe you even take your focus up towards the sky. Get long through your waist. Take one last inhale here. And then a long exhale out. Good. Bring the arms back to a T. Straighten that front leg. You can bring the hands to hips here and then spin the toes so they both face over towards the left side of your space. Good. Choose to leave the hands on the hips or maybe you interlace them at the low back. Open up through the shoulders and then wide leg forward fold. If your hands are interlaced, keep sealing those wrists together. Opening up the shoulders. Wherever you're at, make sure your weight is even in both feet. Hips are square. Let the head, neck, and shoulders let go into gravity. Take one more inhale. And then a long exhale. From here, release the hands to the mat if they're not there already, and then you can walk those hands over to the right foot. Find yourself in a lunge at the top of your space. Good. Leave the hands framing the right foot. You can come up to fingertips or blocks, and then see if you can shine the heart forward slightly. Find a little bit of space in the heart. Maybe even take the chin up towards the ceiling. One more inhale here. Strong through the legs. Exhale, plant the hands, step the right foot back to meet the left, find your down dog, and then choose to take a flow or leave it and rest. If you're taking a flow, roll yourself out to your plank, knees, chest, chin like we've been doing, or maybe you're ready for full chaturanga. Low cobra or upward facing dog to open the heart. Exhale, hips go high for down dog. One breath to pedal out the feet. Or just breathe into stillness. Big inhale. Long exhale. Going right away to the left, we'll step that left foot in between the hands. This time drop the back knee, and then you can sweep those arms up high overhead for crescent lunge. Reach those fingertips up towards the sky. You can stay here, or interlace the hands behind the back, again like we did last time, grabbing opposite elbows. If you're taking this variation, maybe you take the opposite arm on top, and then when you're ready, you keep that focus up towards the sky. Find the back bend. Breathe into the top of the right foot. One more inhale. One more exhale. Release the arms, and then bring the hands to prayer. Release the pointer finger, and again, we'll reach over towards the left side space. Good. Plant really strong through that front foot. Make sure that knee is tracking over the ankle, and then stay here. Maybe you can drop the left palm to the mat or a block. One more big inhale here. Long exhale out. Upper body can fold forward so that both hands frame the left foot, and then send the hips back. We're coming into our half split. Maybe you need to wiggle that foot forward a little bit. Once you've found a comfortable place, fold the upper body over the leg, release the back of the neck, head hangs heavy. One more breath here, keep drawing that left hip back and right hip forward, big inhale. Long exhale. Your next breath can help you walk forward to frame that front foot again. Coming into pyramid pose, we'll tuck the back toes, and then seal that right heel down on the diagonal. You might need to hop it in a little bit closer towards you. Left foot is still dialing forward. Maybe you take a halfway lift, and then after you found your flat back, you can just forward fold over the front leg. Just like before, we're still drawing the right hip forward, left hip back to square off the hips. Back of the neck is heavy for one more inhale. One more exhale. Transitioning into triangle pose from here. You'll take your left hand inside the foot or maybe to the shin. Right hand can come to the hip. Right hand will help you spin open the right hip towards the ceiling, upper body follows, and then maybe fingertips float up towards the sky, or you can even reach them forward to frame the ear. Lock that shoulder into your shoulder socket. Reach those fingertips long. Open up your focus for one more inhale. And long exhale out. Good. We're moving into extended side angle. So start to bend that front leg. You can keep that left hand on the mat. You might need to heel toe that back foot a little bit further away from you. And then keep reaching that right arm long. If you need to bring that left elbow up to the top of the left shin, you can. And then feel the connection between the right fingertips and the right toe tips. Your side body is nice and long. One more inhale. One more exhale. From here, open up the arms. Right away, find your warrior two. Stay strong through those legs. Fingertips reaching in both directions. Widen out through the heart. Take one more inhale to feel your strength here, and then flip the front palm. Reach it forward. Send it all the way back for reverse warrior. Keep reaching those left fingertips up on a nice high diagonal. Keep the bend in the left leg. Strong lower half supporting you, reaching back. Take one more big inhale. On your exhale, tee out the arms, straighten the front leg, bring the hands to the hips. Rotate those toes over towards the right. Now, you can go to the same variation of your wide leg forward fold, interlacing the hands behind the back, or any other variation you want to take here. Maybe you want hands to the lower back. Maybe you just want the hands to fall to the mat. You can find ragdoll arms, grabbing opposite elbows, interlace the hands at the neck. Yogi's choice here for the next few breaths. Wherever you're at, let your upper body release into gravity here, strong and rooted through both feet. Folding over the legs, enjoying the sensation of being upside down. Take another inhale and a long exhale. Good. Find the hands underneath your shoulders if they're not there already, and then you can walk them to the top of your space. Frame the left foot. Come onto the right toe tips. You're in your lunge. Now take hands to tented fingertips. Maybe you even take blocks there. And then reach the heart forward. Find a slight back bend in your low lunge. See if that changes the sensation in the top of the right thigh. Maybe your chin even goes up towards the ceiling, opening up the throat. One more inhale. Keep squaring off those hips. Knee goes over ankle. Good. One more exhale. Plant the palms firm. Send the left foot back to meet the right in down dog. And then rest in down dog or take a flow, rolling yourself out to plank. Knees, chest, chin, or full chaturanga. Upward facing dog, send it back to down dog. And then yogi's choice. You can drop the knees, rest in child's pose, or stay in down dog for the next 3 breaths. Always an option to grab a sip of water. Anything you need here. All right, good. If you're not in your down dog already, take the next breath to move yourself there. From your down dog, we'll step that right foot in between the hands again, and then drop the back knee. We're finding ourselves in crescent lunge again. Now, from crescent lunge, right away, send those hips back. Flex to the front foot, and you're in your half split. You can stay in your half split, practicing again, folding over that right leg, or if you want to heel toe, wiggle that front foot forward, you can come all the way into your full split. Now, try and square off those hips, keep things parallel. Maybe you take blocks underneath your hands, working towards straightening both legs down towards the mat. Big stretch for those hamstrings, so keep breathing into them, letting things adjust over time. We'll be here for 3 more breaths. Big inhale, long exhale. Big inhale, Send the hips forward, find yourself in your low lunge again. We'll all meet here. Good. Tuck those back left toes, and then we're going to seal the heel down for warrior one legs. Reach the arms up high. Good. So square off the hips in your warrior one, try and face the upper body forward, deep bend through that right knee. And then circle those arms behind you. Interlace the hands at the low back, puff up through the chest. And then humble warrior, upper body folds inside the right leg. Keep those wrists reaching up towards the sky. Keep rotating that right knee over the right ankle, so don't let that right knee start to go out towards the side of your mat. You can stay here, reaching the arms up towards the ceiling, or maybe you drop the hands, come to your elbows inside the right foot. Take another inhale here, and a long exhale out. Good. When you're ready, your next inhale will help you sweep the arms up high overhead and then come to the left toe tip so you're in your high lunge. Good. Let's inhale, straighten the leg. And then exhale, bend the elbows, bend that front knee. Let's take 2 more rounds like that. Inhale, send everything long. Exhale, bend the elbow, bend the knee. Inhale, send everything long. This time, exhale, bend the elbows, bend the knee. Reach the fingertips towards the back toe tips, and then see if you can straighten the front leg. Come right away into your warrior 3. Flex through the back foot. Keep reaching those fingertips long towards your heel. Maybe you bring the hands to prayer. Focusing on your balance. Big, wide right foot supporting you from the ground up. Last inhale. On your exhale, drop the hands to the earth. Reach that left foot a little bit higher. You can stay in parallel hips or rotate that left leg open. Drop the head, standing splits. Keep sending the left foot up towards the sky. Maybe you test your balance. You can take one hand to your ankle. Maybe the other can go to your ankle as well. Release the crown of the head. One more inhale. One more exhale. From here, bend both knees. Take that left knee outside the right foot and sit your sits bones down. And we're in a seated twist. Sit up nice and tall. Both sits bones should be tapping down to the mat. You can straighten the bottom left leg if you need to. Sweep the left arm up, hook the left elbow on the left knee, and find a twist. Rotate your focus over that right shoulder. Release the hips heavy into the mat. One more inhale here. Bringing out the spine. One more exhale. Good. Come back through center when you're ready. Take a small counter twist in the opposite direction. And then we'll swing that top right leg all the way behind us, setting up for pigeon on the left. So that front left shin is already out in front of us. You can come to square up the hips. And then any props you need, maybe you want something underneath your left hip, you can grab onto. When you're ready, walk yourself forward and bow over that front left leg. Breathing into that outside left hip, letting the pelvis sink heavy here. Start to walk yourself back up onto your hands. But leave your legs where they're at. From here, we're going to take the same twist of the upper body that we took in child's pose. So you're going to start by finding your right elbow on the mat. Maybe the right elbow is right out in front of you, or maybe you can cross it a little bit over towards the left side of your space. Open the palm of the hand. And then you can reach that left arm up and around. Left fist goes into the right hand, and you're going to twist open the spine. So you're twisting over towards your left space, towards your left bent knee. And we'll hold here for 3 more breaths. Big inhale, long exhale. Big inhale, long exhale. Last one. You can find them underneath your shoulders. And then send that left leg back to meet the right. Take a moment to wiggle out through the hips, pedal the feet, and then take a flow or choose to skip it. Good. Send those hips high, sink the heels into the mat, nice and heavy. From your down dog, we're going right away the other side. You can step that left foot in between the hands and drop the back right knee like we were going into crescent lunge. Good. Send the hips back and find your half split. Now, choose to stay here. If you took your full split on the last side, you want to try, you can start to straighten that front leg forward, sink the hips down. Stay on your hands. You can take blocks underneath your hands. Let that pelvis start to melt down towards the earth. Just keep breathing into both hamstrings. We'll be here for 3 more breaths. Big inhale. Long exhale. Big inhale. Long exhale. Last inhale. Last exhale. Beautiful. And then you can start to wiggle that front heel back underneath your left knee. Find yourself in your low lunge, and then we'll transition into warrior one. You're going to seal the right heel down, reach the arms up high overhead. Keep a deep bend in that front left knee. Good. Find your warrior one. Root through both feet, and then reach the fingertips long. Interlace them at your low back, opposite hand on top this time. Pop up through the chest. Upper body can forward fold inside the left leg. Good. Wrists are sealed together. Keep reaching those fingertips up towards the sky. And then for the next few breaths, you can choose to keep the hands here. Maybe you want to bring them inside the left foot, onto your elbows. Upper body is folding forward wherever you're at. Take 1 more inhale. And long exhale. All right, from here, square off the hips, come onto the back right toe tips, and then sweep the arms up high overhead for high lunge. For high lunge, we'll straighten the front leg, bring the hands together, bend the front knee, cactus the arms. Inhale, straighten the leg, hands together. Exhale, bend the knee, cactus the arms. Last round, send the arms up high overhead, bend the knee, fingertips reach back towards those right toe tips. Maybe you take a few hops and then just straighten that front leg, warrior 3. Flex through the left heel. Open the crown of the head, lengthen through your neck. Focus on one thing out in front of you for this balance. 1 more inhale. 1 more exhale. Drop the hands to the earth when you're ready. And then see if you can lift that right leg a little bit higher. Open up through the right hip. Release the crown of the head heavy, and you're in your standing splits. Breathe in here, strong through that left foot. You can test your balance by taking one hand to your ankle. Maybe you stay there. Maybe you take the other hand and meet it at your ankle as well. Last inhale in your standing splits. Last exhale. From here, bend both knees. Right knee comes outside the left foot. Sit your sits bones down, setting up for your seated twist. Sit up nice and tall. You can straighten that bottom right leg if you like. And then sweep the right arm up high. Hook the right elbow on the left knee. Twist open the back. Peek your focus over the left shoulder. Breathe here, bringing out the spine. Big inhale, sipping in air, filling up the lungs. And then last exhale, rotate over, take a small counter twist towards the right. And then that top left leg can swing all the way behind us. Right shin comes forward, setting up for pigeon with the right leg in front. Okay, Just like before, take something underneath your hips if you need it. And then once you're settled, you can walk the hands forward. Come onto your elbows or rest your forehead on the mat. Taking these next few moments to just focus on the breath, and if anything feels held or extra tight, you can just send your exhales there, reminding that particular part of the body to soften into gravity. Take one more inhale, and one more exhale. And then you can start to walk yourself back up onto your hands. Setting up for the twist, you'll take your left elbow to the mat, open the left palm of the hand wide. Now, elbow can be right out in front of you. If you're super flexy, you can bring it over towards the right knee a bit more. Circle that right arm up and around, fist with the right hand, punch it into the left open palm, and then twist over towards the right side of your space. Widen out your focus. Take one last inhale here, and one last exhale. Good, you can plant both palms on the mat, tuck the back toes, find your down dog, and then take your last flow of class. If you want to skip it, you can just drop the knees, come right into a child's pose. Otherwise, roll yourself out to your plank. Whatever version of your flow that you're taking. After your hips go high to down dog, just let those knees tap down to the mat and take either version of child's pose that I offered at the beginning. Take a few deep breaths in your child's pose. Let the back space widen. Notice any differences in your body from where we started today till where we are now. Last big inhale. And long exhale. Good. All right, go ahead and sit off onto one hip, and you can bring those legs long out in front of you. And then from the seated position, just take a moment to roll down through your spine until you're laying all the way down on your back. Good. And then from your back, plant those feet on the mat. Right away, we're going to set up for a bridge pose. So you want those heels to be close in towards the sits bones. Feet or hips with distance apart. Palms of the hands on your sides. Take an inhale to prepare. Exhale, you can plant through the feet, send the hips high. Find your bridge. Choose to stay here in a neutral bridge or interlace the hands at your low back. Tuck one shoulder under and then the other. Send the hips even higher. Press the heart forward. Good. Keep pressing the hips up towards the sky. Opening the shoulders for one more inhale. And then on your exhale, you can untuck one and then the other. Let the hips lower back down to the mat. Then easy windshield wiper of the legs, letting the knees fall right and left, letting the spine adjust. Good, draw those hands back, those feet back underneath your knees. Setting up for either another round of bridge, or if you want to take full wheel, you can take the hands on either side of your ears. Press into the hands and the feet at the same time as you lift the hips up high. Wherever you're at, shine the heart forward. Keep the knees in line with the ankle. And breathe. One more inhale, whatever back bend you're in. One more exhale. And then slowly start to lower down. If you're coming out of wheel, make sure you tuck your chin in towards your chest, come back onto your back, and then let those feet rock from side to side again. Start your knees. Good. From here, let's hug that right knee in towards the chest, and then you can keep the left foot planted on the mat or send it long. Letting that right knee melt in towards the heart. On your next exhale, let that right knee fall over towards the left side of your space for a spinal twist. Right arm can come long out on a diagonal, trying to melt that right shoulder blade down towards the earth. One more inhale. One more exhale. And then imprint that lower back on the mat. Give that right knee one last big squeeze, then switch out the legs. Left knee hugs into the chest, right foot is either placed on the mat or the leg is long. Soften through the top of the thigh so that that knee can melt in towards the chest. Take another inhale and a long exhale. And then rotate that left knee over towards the right side of your space. Let it melt down towards the earth into your twist as you open the left arm up on a nice diagonal. Trying to send the heart closer towards the mat with each exhale. Ideally, both shoulder blades can rest comfortably on the ground. One more inhale. One more exhale. Draw the legs back up through center when you're ready. This time taking a happy baby, grab into the outsides of the feet, and then let the knees fall down towards the armpits. Whole pelvis is resting on the earth. Take 3 deep breaths here. Maybe you choose to have a little bit more play, bending and straightening the knees, rocking from side to side, giving your lower back a nice massage, or just breathe into stillness. And then after your next exhale, take your time setting up for your Shavasana. You can come into constructive rest for your Shavasana, letting the knees knock in towards each other, feet are wide. Maybe you want bottoms of the feet together, knees out wide. Or just traditional Shavasana, straightening the legs long, and then hands can come anywhere on the body that you want to breathe into. Take a moment to soften your focus, maybe the eyes come closed. And then big, deep breaths, feeling the heart and the belly expand with each inhale. Feeling everything soften with each exhale. Enjoying these next few moments of stillness, and then I'll safely guide us out when it's time. moment to start to notice yourself and your breath again. Maybe you start by sending the legs and arms long in opposite directions, finding a big morning stretch or circling the ankles and the wrists, waking up the edges of the body. And then on your next exhale, you can find your way onto your right side, finding a fetal position, taking a moment to breathe here before we transition up to a seat. After your next exhale, go ahead and find your way up to seated. You can cross your legs or be anywhere that feels comfortable. And then we'll close out our practice taking one collective breath. Start your inhale at the base of your pelvis, letting the breath swirl up through the belly, the lungs, the heart, filling up the whole chest, maybe even reaching the crown of your head. And then let that exhale wash like water down your spine, dripping out of each vertebrae, eventually letting it go back down into the earth. Beautiful. And that's all I have for today. Thank